Now I know that if I'm performing another self-control or important cognitive task, I have to refill my glucose level so it can refill my energy and I can perform in that subsequent task better. Now I can easily prioritize my tasks according to the importance and according to its energy consumption. Hello everyone, welcome to another video of Hack the Book. I'm Bakir and I love reading books and bring them to you through videos like this to make your life better. Do you happen to feel bored after an online meeting despite the fact that you didn't do anything? You were just sitting and listening to talk and then you suddenly feel bored. Do you happen to find yourself distracted or maybe easily giving up on your diet plan? Or do you happen to find yourself overspending on different occasions and find yourself aggressive reacting towards normal behaviors? Or do you happen to find yourself taking ineffective decisions? If you are in that position, make sure that you stay until the end of this video because I'm going to teach you what is the reason behind your feeling and what status you are at. So let's stick until the end of the video. Today I'm going to teach you a mental process that explains the fact that why for your subsequent task you feel tired after the first cognitive or self-control task, and also what is its effect on your judgment. I don't know if you're aware of this fact that any self-control task or cognitive task is called a mental effort. And according to Roy Baumeister, who is a social psychologist, all the cognitive, physical or emotional activities, they consume a shared pool of energy that our mind requires. And due to the same reason, when you perform a self-control task, you feel mentally tired. And if you force yourself to perform an activity that you are not willing to perform, you will be less motivated, you will have less energy to perform or to control yourself for the next challenging task. And this phenomenon is called ego depletion. Let's imagine that you are in an online meeting, sitting in your home in the comfort zone and joining an online meeting of several people. You don't have to do anything in that online meeting. Your only job is to observe, is to hear and listen, which sounds tiring, right? Yes. And imagine that during that online meeting, your mind is distracted towards preparing the lunch, and you find yourself resisting that distraction by bringing your attention back towards the online meeting. And that is, in that position, you are controlling yourself, you're controlling your mind, you're performing something which is against your mind and that consumes your energy. And when you're in that position, after the online meeting, you automatically find yourself tired, even though you did nothing in that online meeting. And that is the idea behind ego depletion. And that is the reason why we all feel tired after performing a self-control or cognitive task. There is endless list of tasks that depletes your ego or depletes your mental energy. But some of them that is mentioned in the book, Thinking Fast and Slow, which is a fascinating book, and I believe that I'm going to share a lot of videos from this book because every page that I turn there's something amazing that has a huge impact on our life, and I don't want to miss any important lesson from this, and I also want to bring all those amazing lessons to you. So according to this book, some of the very common tasks that depletes your energy is try to avoid not imagining about white beer when I talk about white beer. Try to restrain yourself by reacting emotionally if you're watching an emotional movie. And trying to impress other people also depletes your energy because you try to be someone that you are not really are. And another task that depletes your energy is when you control your emotions against someone who is not behaving with you in a good way. And similarly, according to the same book, there are some indications that shows that your energy is depleted. For example, if you are in a diet plan and you plan to do shopping afterwards, if you control your diet, it is found that most probably you will be unable to control yourself for shopping. You will be purchasing things that you may not need. Or vice versa. If you go to the shopping first and you restrain yourself from purchasing useless items, you will be less able to control yourself for the diet or for the ice cream afterwards. Another indicator is you will be more inclined towards reacting aggressively with your partner if you receive ill behavior, even though it might be on a minor level. Or another indication is you are unable to take logical decisions. For these indicators, if you see these indications in your body or in your mind, you should know that your energy is on a very low level. How you can refill your energy, we are going to talk about this in the same video as well. Baumeister found that the bigger the cognitive task or the stronger self-control is, the more energy it consumes from our body. And Baumeister found that when the energy is consumed, our glucose level of the body drops down. And due to the same fact, it is fascinating to find out that we can redo or we can refill our energy by taking glucose after the first cognitive task or self-control task. So this is how you can refill your energy. For this fact, there was a study done. And in that study, a group of participants were asked to watch a short silent movie in which a woman is being interviewed. The participants are told to watch the movie and interpret the body language of the woman. And while they're watching, there will be a couple of words crossing the screen, and the participants are asked to not look at those words. If those words attract their attention, they have to bring their attention back towards the main task, which was to interpret the body language of the woman. And after a while, the participants were given lemonade, and the participants were divided in two groups. For one group, the lemonade was sweetened with sugar, and for the other group, the lemonade was sweetened with Splenda, which is a non-sugar substitute substance. After both groups drank the lemonade, they were asked to do the second task, for which the participants were required to overcome an intuitive response and choose the correct answer. As a result of the second task, the group who drank lemonade with sugar, they performed much better as compared to the group who drank lemonade with Splenda. This study clarifies that if you perform one task, one self-control or cognitive task, and you're moving towards another important self-control or cognitive task, and you want to do better in that task, you better drink or intake a source of glucose. So your glucose body goes up and you feel your energy. There was another study on the effect of ego depletion on our judgment, and the result is surprising. In that study, 8 judges were asked to review the applications for parole, and they had to review these applications in one day, and the applications were arranged in a random order. The judges were given 3 breaks, morning, during lunchtime, and afternoon. And during each break, they were given some sort of food or snacks. The default decision for the judges were denial. The study found that when judges, soon after the meal or soon after the break, the decision rate were almost 65% approved, which means that almost 65% of the applications for parole were approved. But the same study also found that slowly and gradually, when the time was getting towards the second meal or the next meal, just before the second meal, the rate of approval would drop to almost 0. From these studies, it's concluded that the fatigued and tired or ego depleted judges, they tend to fall back on denial rather than approval. However, the applicant is eligible for parole, but the judges, because they were fatigued, they were tired, their mental energy was depleted, they were denying the applications more as compared to approving them. Reading Thinking Fast and Slow, and specifically reading Ego Depletion, help me understand about many occasions when I feel tired after performing a self-control or cognitive task. Now I know that if I am performing another self-control or important cognitive task, I have to refill my glucose level so it can refill my energy and I can perform in that subsequent task better. Now I can easily prioritize my tasks according to the importance and according to its energy consumption. And through these videos, I hope that I can also teach you and I can also help you to understand ego depletion and why you feel tired after different self-control or cognitive tasks. If you found this video helpful, please like the video so I can understand that my video is impactful on the life of you and all the other people who are watching this. And if you want to share a personal experience, or if you want to share how you're going to plan to use this concept of ego depletion in you for your daily life, please feel free to share them below in the comment section, because your experiences and questions, if you have any, are going to help Hack the Book community in YouTube. That's it for today, and thank you so much for watching another video of Hack the Book. Until next week, stay safe, stay healthy, bye bye.